Hello, my name is Lee Chandler. I'm a mediator, and I'm here to help you have a more peaceful life. We all have a lot of opinions lately. We're very attached to those opinions, and we're getting into the bad habit of viewing people who have different opinions as others. They aren't on our team, and this insulates us in a way that discourages us from going out of our comfort zones and learning. And I don't think it's good for us as individuals or for society. As a mediator, I want people to be able to talk to each other and learn from each other. But no one really teaches us how to do that. So stick around to learn a few rules for a good conversation with someone you don't agree with. Try them out and let me know how it goes. Please like and subscribe, and if you have a question you'd like me to answer in a future video, leave a comment below. You can also email me at advice@leechandler.com if you have a question you'd like me to answer in my Ask a Mediator advice column. This one isn't a discussion about how to disagree with a coworker about a project or a co-parent about discipline or any other specific disagreement between two people who need to work together. This is to get you through a big family party during election season, or to help you talk to a friend whose different political or religious beliefs keep coming up in conversation and making things awkward. A lot of us dread and avoid those interactions, or on the flip side, welcome the opportunity to have a lively debate that leaves everyone angry. Can you have the conversation and preserve the good relationship? I think so, but the first question to ask yourself is always whether the conversation is worth having. If you're already dealing with a delicate relationship or you know the other person's looking for a fight, go ahead and change the subject. There are a million other more interesting things to talk about. And if you're dealing with someone who's really angry or aggressive or really not interested in other points of view, feel free to walk away from that. But sometimes it's worth having the conversation. And for those situations, here are the rules that will help you navigate it gracefully and come out a little smarter than you were when you went in. First, and most importantly, go into the conversation to learn. Be as curious as you can be about what the other person thinks and feels and why. Be curious about the experiences that led them to where they are. Be curious about what motivates their interest in the subject. Be curious about them, not just about the issue. If your goal is to learn about their perspective, you're much more likely to create an atmosphere that will make them interested in a real give and take conversation where you both learn something. If that's really hard for you, try this. Imagine that this person is from another planet. You would probably be interested in whatever they had to say, even if it went against what you believe. In a way, we're all living in our own little universes, and it is a privilege to get a glimpse into someone else's. Model good behavior by listening with interest, expressing your own point of view respectfully, and remaining open to new information. Remember that they aren't watching this video right now, and they might not start out with the same attitude. That's okay. Set the example, and there's a good chance that they will naturally follow. Make sure that you have some positive feelings about the other person. If you go into this kind of conversation feeling annoyed with them, thinking that they're stupid or misguided, or believing that you need to change them, that attitude is going to shine through whatever you say. Intentionally cultivate respect for that other person, affection if you possibly can, before you start talking. Remind yourself, until you actually believe it, that no matter how right you think you are, you don't know everything about this subject or anything else. Take a really hard look at yourself on this one. It's uncomfortable to think that we might be wrong about things. We like certainty. Chances are, if you're contemplating a conversation like this, it's about a subject you feel pretty passionate and well-informed about. Remember that the other person feels the same way. Don't go into the conversation hungry. Get your thoughts out first. That might mean writing everything down and then deleting it, or talking to someone you trust. The idea is to get yourself to the point where you aren't desperate to be heard anymore, because you want to go into the conversation ready to listen and learn. Give up winning as a goal. If you approach the conversation like a fight with a winner and a loser, the other person will naturally dig into their position and fight it out, and you will do the same. And there won't be any room for either of you to learn anything. Don't argue, don't defend yourself, don't cross-examine, don't tell them that they're wrong. It accomplishes nothing. Look for the areas where you already agree, or almost agree. That common ground will build up goodwill between you and give a safe jumping-off point for the stickier points. Never resort to personal attacks, even if they do it first. Talk about the issue as an issue without attributing negative qualities to the person you disagree with or to people like them. And finally, ask open-ended questions that go beyond the talking points. Shouting your side's argument while they shout their side's argument is pretty boring. Assuming you both feel strongly about this issue, you've probably both armed yourself with facts to back up your opinion. You could argue back and forth about whose source is garbage or which one of you doesn't understand the numbers. Or you could ask them to tell you more about their points. You might be surprised by the insights and surprise areas of agreement that emerge when you encourage people to elaborate. I hope you can use some of these suggestions to have interesting, informative, and surprising conversations.